The massive amounts of snowfall blanketing our area might amount to a winter windfall for snowplowing businesses. Now I'm going to follow Tink the dog's lead and get out of this cold. Bugaboo Bay hopes customers return to fill not one, not two, but every seat the restaurant has. Brett Favre is retiring. Maybe. The Associated Press is reporting the gunslinger that took the Minnesota Vikings all the way to the NFC Championship game last season is calling it quits. It was a beautiful day today. As evidence, we still have temperatures in the 50s and 60s across the state. No one has been arrested, and the Perm Police Department is asking anyone with information for help. Our record high for today actually is a hot 89 degrees that came in 1972. So how can people keep Facebook from doing whatever it wants with the information they put here?
It hurts. It's just a heartbreaker.
Susan Majors used to call this home, but after a Category 4 tornado twisted and tore its way through Wadena, she calls it something else.
It looks like a bomb zone.
Susan was gone when the twister hit, but felt its full force when she learned her home of 33 years was wrecked.
I got a call when I was going out to get in my car that our house had been destroyed from my husband. And I was just devastated.
Unfortunately, Susan's tale is just one from a city littered with devastation.
Very fortunate that I'm alive.
Steve Tabery saw the tornado coming from his front window.
We had two sirens that went off. The second one, that's why I was watching out the windows.
Steve survived the twister, but most of his belongings didn't. Susan, on the other hand, was able to salvage the majority of her things.
The pictures didn't even move.
But finding a few pictures won't ease the pain of losing her home.
I mean, 33 years of memories.
Despite her personal loss, Susan finds comfort because no lives were lost.
There's a lot to be grateful for.
One text, two texts, three texts, four, then 1,600 more text messages like this were sent by 33-year-old Maria Kremper to a 15-year-old boy.
Things that she wanted him to do to her, things that she wanted to do to him that were very sexual in nature.
According to the county attorney, Kremper began sending the messages in August while she and the boy worked at Teal's grocery store together. Thomas Haugen has shopped at Teal's for years and says he remembers Kremper.
She always dressed, you know, like she was a teenager.
The text messages Kremper sent were discovered by her husband, who looked through her phone and went after the boy. Fearing for his safety, the boy's family called police and revealed the texts.
The child was interviewed and other persons were interviewed and led to the charges being filed.
Kremper pled guilty to felony communication of sexually explicit materials to a child. She received a 15-month stayed prison sentence, 3 years probation, and will have to register as a predatory sex offender. She also isn't allowed to have any contact with boys under the age of 18.
She should go to somebody her own age.
Last spring, Joe Basil's future looked bright after graduating from the U of M Morris, but now it's in jeopardy as he, along with 3 other men, could spend the next 10 years in jail. The men were arrested Monday after allegedly entering Louisiana Senator Mary Landrieu's office for the purposes of committing a felony. News of the incident caught Basil's former professor off guard.
I was surprised, but I'm always surprised when anyone allegedly breaks the law.
According to the FBI, the men pretended to be telephone repairmen, and one of them was wearing a hidden camera. The Louisiana Democrat calls the incident unsettling and says she'd like to know their motives and purpose. O'Loughlin says she doesn't know what Basil's motives were, but in school he was always involved in activities he thought would create change.
He was trying to make a difference in the world.
But if Basil is convicted, he'll have to try to make that difference in the world from behind bars.